Oh, one final note. Wasn't expecting that. Hello, hello, and welcome back to another week of me on camera sharing my body for you, uh, my mind, soul. Uh, I appreciate you being here to partake. Huh? You know what I mean? So we're here. Uh, to most importantly finish what we started. So grand finale. This is my longest one yet, right? Doing 6 parts. This is the sixth part, and I'm talking so definitively. Yes, this will be it. This will be the finale, right? I hope so. It should be. We don't really have a whole lot left of the game, so I've got some plans for how this stream will go. But what's most important is we get to finish things off. So hopefully you guys have been having an all right time since we last spoke. My last couple streams have been a little haphazard because I've just been so busy with life, you know. Um, but I will definitely say that this stream has been getting me through the last several days. Been very much looking forward to finally arriving here, finishing this game. Not only does it mean, more, opening the door for whatever comes after this, stream wise, right? I have been stuck on this for quite a while, but it also is, just going to be hugely satisfying to tie the bow on yet another Metal Gear game. Um, so, uh, yeah, things. This definitely has been pulling me through the week, getting to be here, and I can only assume the same for all of you, right? I'm sure when you finally saw this stream get scheduled yesterday, you were like, "Thank God!" Right? And you would be right to do that. So I definitely appreciate having you here, if nothing else, because I've made some tweaks you might have seen to my stream. We are now streaming at 4K, 60 FPS, with a crazy high bit rate. I got my internet was upgraded for me free of charge. Don't ever say that they've never done anything for me, right? Thanks to Spectrum. See, now I sound like I'm actually an ad for Spectrum Internet. Like you watch an ad on TV and they're like, "Oh, Spectrum is great for gaming," and you're like, "What kind of internet speed do you really need for gaming? Whatever internet speed you have is probably fine for gaming. You don't need to like upgrade for it." But here I am, like, well, my upload speeds were not really very good for streaming. They were very abysmal, and yet out of the blue, I just get an email that's like, "Oh yeah, finally." My piss poor upload speeds match my download speeds, and so now I can actually upload at like a ridiculous bit rate. So you're going to be obviously you're already seeing me in crystal clear, not just HD anymore. All right, but uh, as so many P's, all the way up to 2160 P's. Uh, and yeah, I think it'll actually benefit this game really well because it's a high detail environment and with all sorts of fast camera movement that just is going to get lost to compression artifacts. So hopefully that goes well. To make this work though, I also noticed that the stream can be kind of choppy sometimes unless I disable the preview, like the preview window in OBS, which is what I'm streaming from. So I can't see what you're seeing. So if you could just do me a huge solid and let me know, like if my fly's down or anything like that, I would greatly appreciate it. Because otherwise, I have no way of knowing what's being beamed to the outside world. Okay, and trust me, after my last YouTube channel got banned, I'm going to be very cautious about what it is I'm putting on the internet. But just I would really appreciate your help as a viewer. Um, so I'm just going to constantly be saying, "Can you guys see my screen?" Hopefully you can see. Can you give me a thumbs up if you see my screen? But you can't see my screen yet. I'm still just rambling. I'm trying to show you as much of my beautiful face as possible. So, um, to really quickly recap where we've last left off, this game is a little more straightforward, I would say, than certainly Metal Gear Solid 2. And I would really love, your feedback, especially if this might be your first time venturing through the annals of Metal Gear plot history. Um, I yeah, would love to get some other input. For me, this is the second time I played through these games, but um, I only played with them, the one time through like 10 years ago, and um, I've always found it so fascinating. As a kid, I was mainly a Nintendo gamer. I had a Game Boy Advance, a Nintendo DS, eventually a Wii before I jumped ship to PC gaming. And because of that, Metal Gear Solid, Solid Snake, he was always such an icon of gaming, but totally unattainable for me, right? He didn't really have much any crossover in Nintendo's sphere until we, of course, as we saw, I got to play the Twin Snakes remake of the first game, and again, I bought that. I want to say, well, yeah, how old would I have been? Maybe high school or maybe late middle school. I definitely remember I was not old enough to buy the game on my own, and I had to get my dad to come with me because it was rated M. So I wasn't 17, but I don't think I was that. I must have been like 15 or 16. I think I was in high school. And I didn't really play it all that much, even though I owned it. So the copy that we streamed with, I didn't download that off the internet. Right, that was my legit copy. Um, when Metal Gear Solid 5 came out on PC, I bought that on Steam as well. But it wasn't until I bought a PlayStation 3 that I finally got to enjoy all of the Metal Gear Solid games for the first time. And that was really, yeah, like early college years. Um, so for me, it's kind of exciting. It has always Snake, and I don't know if this is true for any of you, but for me, Snake was an icon of gaming that I just had no familiarity connection with. I just knew like he's like a part of a big franchise that people go gaga for. And definitely very cool, right? Definitely has like a very cool aesthetic and look. Um, so it was really exciting for me to actually get to play it, and that's partly why I'm with it. But at this point now, you can buy this on like any platform, right? You own a Switch or a PlayStation, an Xbox, computer, whatever. You can pretty much play all these games. Some of these later titles are currently still exclusive, but I don't really know how long that'll be the case for. And obviously, I think a lot of gaming publishers have, in this IP-driven era of entertainment, uh, they've wisened up to don't let the Metal Gear Solid IP rot in your library of copyright and registered trademarks, but just keep releasing it and selling it to new audiences. So I expect that these games will become more widely available as time goes on. But part of the reason I'm excited to share them is that yeah, I want to be able to uh, yeah share uh, the game with everybody. So. Um, I'll keep an eye out for any random audio drops. I know that my microphone plug itself can be kind of finicky, especially if I thwack the cord hard enough. So, but if it's stream related, I'm not sure I'll be able to do much other than just trying to lower the upload bitrate. But I greatly appreciate, as always, the feedback. I'm not. I'll be honest. I'm not going back and watching all 3.5 hours of each stream once I'm done. But yeah, it does mean I'm not totally aware of the quality of what I'm outputting. So, all right. Anyway, that's enough of me rambling. I guess I just was going to briefly go over plot wise. We came back to Russia to do this Black Ops mission for real after Volgin stole a nuke and just fired it off in mainland Russia. So the goal has primarily been to stop Volgin and, more importantly, destroy the Shagohod that's capable of firing off nuclear missiles from Russia into the continental United States. But the boss is also a big part of this. My old partner who trained me in my ways and developed with me, the two of us created CQC, Close Quarters Combat. But now it seems like she's defected to Russia. She's brought her group of the Cobra unit with her, and they all are working with Volgin as he, yeah. What is Volgin's purpose? I don't know. He wants power. He explained recently that he is the son of one of the original founders of the philosophers, who are kind of the patriots, right? They, in post World War II, in the confusion, were able to amass a great amount of money, I guess, and supplies, and they've, I guess, split it amongst themselves, and he has one half of the philosopher's legacy, is what it's called, on some sort of microfilm. I guess the microfilm just catalogs like where, how it's stored. He entrusted that with the boss before I fought and ultimately defeated him and the Shagohod in our most recent episode. So now it's just time to hightail it out of here, right? Although I have been tasked with also eliminating the boss. Seems like a tall order to defeat my mentor. But I'm here with Eva, who is my, I don't know, she showed up as like a spy that I was supposed to meet and get in contact with to be able to snake my way into the Cobra Volgin bad guys unit. But she definitely seems very untrustworthy. You know, I show up and she's supposed to have like a code word for me to confirm that she's who I'm supposed to meet, and she did not share the code word with me. So I don't really know if she's one I can trust, but she's definitely interested in me, and me as Snake, as ace as possible, is just completely ignoring her advances and is trying to talk to her about like trigger safety. So we defeated the Shagohod at the end of the last episode. We escaped on bike. Eva crash landed and got really injured. I was able to heal her to an extent, but we're going to see just how far she can make it with me as we try to escape. So, all right, that's enough rambling for real. Now we're going to flip over to the game. All right. I got my trusty DualShock 3 here, as always, for the definitive experience. And we are watching our actors CQC each other. I recently learned that these are, they're all mocapped, right? And so I think it was like whoever the military advisor was that they worked with in Metal Gear Solid 2 to make it all realistic, he's the one who's acting out those mocap sequences as Snake. So in the last stream, I was curious, why does it say like MTN actor, mountain actor? That's motion actor. So that's the name of the person who mocapped them for the cutscenes. Okay, here we are. We're going to load our save from last week. Oh. Okay, so do I need any of this? I'll take the rations. And as for food, I probably have a whole bunch of crap to throw away now. I never got to eat the goat. Oh, shoot. Eva, do you want this? No, that's all right. It's supposed to taste great, but we'll never know. Okay. Eva, you can have the Russian ration.
This tastes like crap.
Oh, we get her review too, huh? Okay. But how am I doing? Yeah, I'm doing fine. All right. And what's in my backpack? Oh my gosh, I have so much crap equipped. Yeah, I don't need all of this crap. I love my Mark 22 tranquilizer gun. RPG, sniper rifle, chaff grenade. This is really all I'm going to walk around with? I guess so, for now anyway. We'll see what I'm about to encounter. I have no idea what comes after this, so I mean, I guess I have an idea, but what about my motion detector? Otherwise, we can leave everything else as is. All right. Let's go. Well, first, let's kill this snake. You know, I'm all out of all the good food, so... Thank you. Mushroom, I guess I'll take this. I don't think these taste very good. Another mushroom. All right. You coming? You sticking behind? I don't need to do anything to get her to follow me, do I? In the last game, they definitely gave me some instructions, and I was like, yeah, I have to go to bed. In the last session, I should say. I can call her, right? Sorry. It's not an extra button, is it? I'm just going to press all these buttons. Oh, it's triangle. All right. Triangle. Come on. Let's go. So many mushrooms. Ooh, a tree frog, like from the song. Whoa, I just somersaulted over the tree frog. Remy. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you know what? One thing I have to make sure that I don't know if I did this. Yes. I didn't do that. This is going to happen. Whoops. Okay. Whoops. I was using the wrong microphone. Excuse me. You had to listen to my whole monologue and I sounded that bad the entire time? I didn't know that. Okay, well, we'll see if this improves the the mic quality at all. Okay, what was I just the life medicine? I don't need this on me right now, but we'll see. All right. Anyway, excuse me. Okay, now you can hear my amazing snake voice in high definition. Here's Snake eating some good food. He would say, tasty. Oh, this way? We're gonna go this way? Wait, I'm gonna take this. I heard another frog. There's another frog. Let's go. I love the little ribbon they make. Okay, so when I get down, she'll get down. That's useful. All right, let's go. Oh. She's supposed to have a like a wig ready for me to escape with. Gold. Now that's realistic. That's actually how soldiers would act. They would really breathe like that. We've got a lot of interesting stuff. Spirit, the Sorrows uniform. Animal uniform. Choco chip. Okay.
Got hostiles.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, well, how come she wasn't coming over here? This is so... How did this happen? Alright, I'm working on it. How's this guy not down yet? I can't believe this happened. Okay, that was ridiculous. That was really stupid. Gunshot wound. Let's remove the bullet. Let's bandage it and styptic it and disinfect it. And then do it all over again. Luckily, I have plenty of... Oh my gosh, right in the face, huh? I have plenty of supplies. I'm not really that worried about that. How about Eva? Oh my gosh, there's more? Alright, Eva, you gotta start moving. Eva, come on. Oh, nice. Alright, will you hurry up already? Oh, she's doing a pretty good job. Ow. Oh my gosh. Alright, what's the plan here? We gotta move. Are you coming over here or what? What's going on?
What's wrong?
I see him. Just leave everything to me.
Oh, in the head. Do these count as my kills? Alright. We gotta go, man. Oh. I don't really have enough bullets to take care of all these people. But don't worry, we're doing it. Alright, real quick. Cure. Another gunshot wound for me. Bandage, styptic. Okay. What about her? Aren't I supposed to be able to... So many of them! Alright, if I'm standing right here, yeah, here we go. Now I can do it. Okay, gunshot wound. Knife, bandage, styptic, disinfect. Gunshot wound. Knife, bandage, styptic, disinfect. Cut. This, we just need to suture. Alright, great. Now, as for food, you can have this, Eva. I don't want it. I love her hum.
Yuck.
You'd love the reticulated python. How about the Siberian ink cap? Oh, I didn't need that. Sorry. Yeah, you can have this reticulated python. You're gonna love it.
Can I have seconds?
As long as you don't make fun of me for eating. Alright. Whoa, did not see that coming. Alright, let's go. Well, now this is going a lot better. Just took me all of my ammo. Excuse me. Oh. Oh, do we? Yeah, sounds like they're coming this way. Alright. We need like a grenade, probably. There's so many of them. Let's do a stun grenade, maybe a smoke grenade. Well, stunned me too, but Eva is definitely over there. Am I allowed to leave? What? They're gonna tell me no. You gotta have
Snake,
Eva.
the lake is just over that cliff. Eva should be
I
able
need
to
to
climb
help
it
her.
if you help her. Keep her close to you.
Yeah, I'm not doing a good job of that so far. Oh. Oh my gosh, he died. Oh, he was on the ground. Boy. Okay, what a miss. Come on, we gotta be moving fast. I didn't realize we had to pre-bark. It all looks good, right? At least I have all my ammo back now. Alright, now I shot them both, so they'll pass out eventually. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. I'm working on it. Die. Alright, let's go. Alright, it's pretty good so far. Oh, I hit the wrong button though. Let's just take a look at this wound. We can suture this. We can bandage this. We can styptic this and disinfect this. Okay. Here comes a bunch of people behind you.
It's the enemy.
Huh? Oh my gosh. It's alright, I can take it. Oh, no. I'm so bad at aiming, though. Alright. He'll pass out eventually, right? Somehow don't have any wounds from that, though. Good for me. Alright. Let's go. No, 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 no. Come on. Come. Oh my gosh. Ah! Ah! Alright, good golly, you guys. This is so not. Oh my gosh, and all at my crotch. Come on, man. Oh, that was a waste of that one. My bad. Bandage, that's what I meant. Whoops. Okay. Oh, my health is so low. I think I'm gonna be able to die this time. Alright. Come on, once again. Keep coming. Keep coming. Oh.
I'll take care.
Will you? Okay, is that close enough for me to... Yeah, perfect. Let's just suture this and bandage it and do all that other stuff. And while I'm here, you definitely need some food. You need some reticulated python. Oh, no, not for me! Ah,
That's tasty.
sorry, that was a complete waste. No, you!
Can I have seconds?
No, you can have Siberian ink cap.
Yuck.
Ugh, does it still? I thought I fixed the mic. I had previously it was oh man. I thought I fixed the mic. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. All right. Now it should sound a lot better. I fixed it before and anyway. Ugh, what a mess. No, you're not crazy. No, I was doing some testing these last couple days, and I didn't want to put on my headset, so I was using the webcam mic. And of course, I thought I flipped it back, but I didn't actually flip it back, so it better sound good now. Guys, this stream has to go perfectly, okay? It's an important day. This recording has already been besmirched. Okay. Eva, do you need anything else? No, it'll be fine. Alright, meanwhile, we got 800 guys coming in. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. What is happening? Now my... This analog stick is not working. Come on.
Oh, she'll take care of it. Oh my gosh, what has happened? Oh, my poor analog stick is no longer functional. Alright, one moment. Oh no, and now it's... Oh, what a mess. Okay, alright, don't worry, we'll figure it out. It'll just take several more minutes of finagling. This was working just fine earlier. I guess not, huh? Sorry, you're gonna have to hear all sorts of ridiculous interference. No wonder, I knew I didn't get off scot-free. Okay. Almost there. Just a bunch more twisting and turning. Sorry to everybody. Okay, here we go. Now we're good. We're good. All right. Okay, next. Let's see if we can fix this controller problem. Whoa, I don't know what I just did. Okay. Now, do you think this is going to work, or are we still going to have weird problems? It's not letting me aim with my analog stick. Oh, here we go. All right, all right. I think we're back. All right. Not that it'll help. I'm probably still going to die, but... Oh my gosh. See, how did I miss that? Alright, let's go. I gotta take care of this wound real quick. Gunshot wound. Get it out. Bandage it up. Styptic. Disinfect. Alright. Alright, making lots of progress. This is good. They're all definitely still coming this way, and I only have 7 of these bullets. But I have some stun grenades? Okay, but Eva, you understand why I can't leave everything to you, right? Ha! Yeah, I'm working on it. All right, all right, all right. We did it, and I didn't have to use any of my fancy life juice. Whew, all right. That looks so good. Now let's do it again! Let's see if our friends have anything to share with us.
Snake, the lake is in the northeast of that area. You're almost there. Head to the northeast and don't forget Eva.
Don't forget Eva. I forgot to share with you guys, you know, I because it's a special occasion, I do have a special limited edition Sparkling Frost. This is Berry Lemonade. Supporting Alex's Lemonade Stand, Foundation for Childhood Cancer. And you know, that's one of my favorite aspects of Per Aqua. They have so many great corporate stances, and this is one of them. You know, they're charitable, right? They're giving ostensibly Sparkling Frosts away to kids with cancer, and I have to commend them for that. So this is Berry Lemonade. Never had this before. So I'll be the judge, and I'll let you know if it sucks. But spoiler alert, Per Aqua never fails. Oh, that's enough. That's so potent. It's really good. Oh, okay. All right. No, I mean that's fine. Oh, that's fine enough for now. It's so that we can't waste all of it on this. It's such a special occasion. So, ooh. Yeah, I was shocked to walk into the Aldi this weekend and see that on the shelf. They had another one, I can't remember. Maybe my wife will remember. I think it was like raspberry something that they didn't. It was printed on the box, but they didn't have any of. It was kind of disappointing. So, okay. Anyway, thanks for that detour.
Snake, you're almost to the lake. You can make it, man.
Thanks, man. Yeah, nothing weapons related. He doesn't really have anything to say. Okay. What do you think? Should we save?
You want to save?
I guess so.
I'll
I don't
get
know.
right on it.
Seems a little early, just one room later, but it was a bit of a Herculean effort. So, let's do it. Here. Sure. Okay, thanks.
Snake, be careful out there.
Yes, ma'am.
Worry.
All right. Okay. Still only 5 tranq bullets left. I'm so screwed. Well, I love this music though. This is like Metal Gear Solid 2, or like the training sequence. All right. 5 precious bullets. Although, honestly, at this point, Eva's killing people. I already killed one person, so maybe it is time to just start taking these guys out. There's so many of them. And I'm never really using this gun, so I probably got a good chunk of bullets, but I also have 6 silencers, which is key. Okay. Oh, shush. Oh my gosh, Snake. Oh, get down. Alright, first of all, we're gonna kill the snake. Second of all... Oh, are we really? So that's interesting, because I'm not really touching anything. But yeah, it's just the... Oh, crap. I thought I was going to shoot him in the head. But yeah, it's just the mic audio. It's not the game audio is having any trouble. All right. Oh, they definitely noticed that though. Let's see. All audio, so that's kind of interesting. Oh, there's one other guy down here. Oh.
The enemy.
Well, yeah, like I said, this time around I am streaming at a high resolution, a high bit rate. I did some testing. Whoa. How come she's naked? Over the last few days. But I can't, I wasn't really paying attention to audio. It's probably more video quality I was concerned with, so you can have this guy.
Well, not bad at all.
Yeah, it shouldn't be too bad, because I'm using the upload rather than the download. But I think I can maybe adjust the bitrate without having to end the stream. So I just drastically reduced it, I think. We'll see if that does anything. Doesn't seem to be reacting to that change yet, but I don't know if it will. Okay. Oh, sorry, buddy. Is there anybody else around here? Ooh, a medicinal plant. Oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, it doesn't look like the bitrate has decreased at all since I modified it. So I don't know if there's much I can do. Come over here. We got this guy down here. And that guy over there. Ooh, and that guy there. Third guy down there.
Where'd he go? What's wrong?
Still hasn't died, huh? All right. Over here. Okay. Well, surely there's maybe some other people around. These guys are pretty well hidden. Well, I don't know. Maybe there isn't anybody else. Ooh. Hello? Anybody else around here? I don't think so. All right. Come on over. Wherever she might be. I don't even see her. Did I get too far away? Yeah, come on. Eva. Come here. What? What's wrong? Maybe I have to be only so close for her to be able to follow? I don't know. Mm-hmm. Come on. Ah, I keep hitting the wrong button. Not that button. I'm sorry. This button. Food. What would you like? You have lots of rations. You can have a python.
Can I have seconds?
No. You can have Siberian ink cap.
What did you give me?
Okay. Come on. Oh my gosh, why did you stop following me? Come here. Look, there's no one to be afraid of. See, he's just dead. Look, wee! Silly, right? Think these guys have any other goodies? Any goodies for me? No, I'd love some more Mark 22 bullets. More bullets for the gun I've been using to kill people. I guess I won't say no. Quiet. Alright, it's all good though. I'm not too concerned about it. Alright, let's go. Alright. How serene.
Come on, Snake. We made it.
We did it.
Made it.
Over there. It's the boss, isn't it? I'll go get the wig ready to take off.
Right.
I'll
Look
leave
at
you
how
two
sparkly
alone,
it is.
but come back in one piece, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Promise me.
Promise me you'll zip up, babe. What's the point of wearing a tactical suit if you're only going to use like half of it? What in the... Oh, another nuke?
Life's end. Isn't it beautiful? It's almost tragic. When life ends, it gives off a final lingering aroma. Light is but a farewell gift from the darkness to those on their way to die. I've been waiting, Snake, for a long time. Waiting for your birth, your growth, and the finality of today.
Boss. Why are you doing this?
That's what I want to know.
To make the world one again. The world used to be whole. But with the end of the Second World War, the philosophers began to fight amongst themselves, and the world was torn apart.
Oh.
The Cobras, my comrades who trained and fought alongside me, were torn apart as well. The foibles of politics and the march of time can turn friends into enemies just as easily as the wind changes. Ridiculous, isn't it?
A little.
Yesterday's ally becomes today's opposition. And this Cold War? Think back. When I was leading the Cobras, America and Russia were fighting together. Now, consider whether America and Russia will still be enemies in the 21st century. Somehow I doubt it. Enemies change along with the times, the flow of the ages, and we soldiers are forced to play along. I didn't raise you and shape you into the man you are today just so we could face each other in battle. A soldier's skills aren't meant to be used to hurt friends. So then what is an enemy? The world must be made whole again. The philosophers must be reunited. I will devote my skills to that purpose. And with the Colonel's money, I will achieve that end. Just as I once created the Cobras. They are my family.
Oh?
I may no longer be able to bear children, but I still have a family.
Okay.
It was November, participating in atomic testing. The name Nevada is derived from Spanish, covered in snow, white as snow. And snow is exactly what I saw in that Nevada desert. It froze my blood white.
What?
Snake, you were an atomic test subject, weren't you? On Bikini Atoll. That's part of the reason I was drawn to you. You and I are alike. We're both slowly being eaten away by the karma of others. We'll never have the chance to die peacefully of old age. We have no tomorrow. But we can still have hope for the future. In 1960, I saw a vision of the ideal future from space. 3 years earlier, the Soviet Union had succeeded in launching Sputnik, the first man-made satellite in history, into orbit. This came as a huge shock to the United States. In response, America threw everything it had into its own manned spaceflight project, the Mercury program. Even as the Soviets seemed poised to send their first man into space, America was still experimenting with chimpanzees and rockets. The government wanted human data. So they secretly decided to send a human being into space. I was the one they chose.
What? The boss went to
At
space?
the time, they didn't have the technology to block out cosmic rays, and whoever they sent up would inevitably be exposed to heavy radiation. That's why they chose me. After all, I'd already been irradiated once. Of course, you won't find any of this in the history books.
And don't try to
I
look
could
it up.
see the planet as it appeared from space. That's when it finally hit me. Space exploration is nothing but another game in the power struggle between the US and the USSR. Politics, economics, the arms race, they're all just arenas for meaningless competition. I'm sure you can see that, but the Earth itself has no boundaries. No East, no West, no Cold War. And the irony of it is, the United States and the Soviet Union are spending billions on their space programs and the missile race. Capitalism, that is the world I wanted to see.
Imagine all the people.
But reality continued to betray me. In 1961, I was sent to Cuba, to Bahia de Cochinos.
Bahia de Cochinos.
It was part of a CIA-sponsored invasion under the guise of taking Cuban exiles back to their country. But the US government betrayed them. Our weak-kneed president held back their air support.
Stupid president.
Defenseless, the exiles were annihilated by the Cuban army. All I could do was watch in silence. I was set up by the very country I'd sacrificed so much for, by the very government I dedicated my life to defending.
Now what, just one little Bay of Pigs is gonna usurp all that?
Went underground.
Oh, she became like a mole person.
Then, 2 years ago,
What?
I faced the Sorrow, my old comrade in battle.
Classic. I remember that guy.
He was my friend. But one of us had to die. I was left with no choice.
Flip a coin?
The Sorrow gave his life for me.
Oh.
There is no enmity between us.
Ooh, enmity.
One must live, and one must die. That was the mission. The ones who gave me that mission were the philosophers.
Okay.
Early in the 20th
Oh.
century, the true holders of power in the United States, the Republic of China, and the newly formed Soviet Union gathered together in a secret meeting that would later be known as the Wise
Yeah,
Men's
sorry,
Club.
which is
The
which in this
secret
picture?
pact they formed there marked the beginning of the philosophers.
Is the boss like
But the last of the
showing
original
me a little
members
photo
died
she brought
in
with
the
her?
1930s. After that, the organization began to run out of control, and the Wise Men's Committee degenerated into a mere shell of its former self. The philosophers of today have no sense of good or evil. Their influence extends to countries and organizations involved in every aspect of every war. They have become war itself. That's how they operate. The sacrifices of war cause a shift in the times. This shift leads to renewed conflict, and in turn triggers the next war. Tend to keep that cycle going forever. It was my father who explained all of this to me. He was one of them. You see, I am the last remaining child of the philosophers. But after he revealed the truth, my father was killed by that same shapeless, formless organization. And my father isn't the only thing the philosophers have taken from me. In June of 1944, the Cobras and I took part in the landing at Normandy. We'd been given a top-secret mission
Man, the boss
to
can do
locate
it
and
all.
destroy enemy V-2 rocket installations. I was pregnant at the time. The Sorrow
Pregnant
was the
at
father.
war.
I gave birth on the field of battle. A beautiful
What?
baby boy.
What in the Danny Boyle is
But
this?
my child was snatched away from me by the philosophers.
Yoink. Show us. Man, she looks so
Look at
good.
this scar. This is proof that I was once a mother. I gave up my body and my child for my country. There is nothing left inside me now. Nothing at all.
No
No
organs?
hatred, not
Oh.
even regret. And yet sometimes at night, I can still feel the pain creeping up inside me, slithering through my body like a snake.
Mmm. And I'm going to eat that. Nah, I don't like where this is going.
I've never talked this much about myself before.
In fact, I'm going to stop now.
Thanks. Thanks for listening to me.
So, why'd you shoot that nuke earlier?
I feel content. Snake, commence the operation. Is my life by your own hand. One must die, and one must live.
No, do I
No
have
victory,
to?
No defeat. The survivor will carry on the fight.
Yeah, it worked really well for
It
you
is
and the
our
sorrow.
destiny. The one who survives will inherit the title of boss. And the one who inherits the title of boss will face an existence of endless battle. I'll give you 10 minutes. In 10 minutes, Miggs will come and bomb the hell out of this place.
Oh, great.
If you can beat me in less than 10 minutes, you'll be able to escape in time. Let's make this the greatest 10 minutes of our lives, Jack.
This is gonna be awesome.
You're a soldier. Finish your mission. Prove your loyalty. Face me.
Okay. Here we go.
Let's see what you're made of.
Oh. Whoa, whoa. Hey, wait. Give me a chance to cure myself first. What'd that say? Broken bone? Yikes. I just immediately break my ankle on the battlefield. Okay. This, we need that. Oh, that's it. Okay, great. Now, what's in my backpack? I've got 5 measly bullets of my Mark 22. I don't think I'm going to be able to just tranquilize her. I think I'm going to have to kill her. And hey, that's what she wants, right? So it's time to pull out all the stops. Oh, or I could handkerchief her. You think I can CQC her? Sure, why not? It doesn't weigh anything. I smoke a cig in her face. Okay. But let's be realistic. Which of, I'm not going to use that. This, sure, I guess. The RPG, probably not. Okay, hopefully, yes, the reloading is... I'm glad to see that that's helping. I do feel like, unfortunately, there's nothing I can really do because I can't modify the bit stream, the however many megabits per second while I'm streaming. I thought that I could, but it doesn't seem to have taken any effect. Otherwise, I'm afraid if I pause the stream, it will end it, and I'd have to create a new stream, and I would rather not do that. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it's not too unbearable. Hopefully is the video quality trade-off worth it for the the audio problems? We'll see. Okay, I'm gonna just stick with these for now and see what happens. Oh yeah, meanwhile over here, anything useful over here? Probably not. I mean, there's always something kind of fun that we could mess with, but probably not. I don't really even need this motion detector. But let's take the cigar, why not? It's just right. Okay. Look at her move, dude, she's so fast. Oh.
I'm disappointed.
So I might as well. Okay. We gotta go cure another broken bone. Dude, she's breaking all my bones. Alright. Ow. Well, I'm definitely losing way more health than her. Any cool camouflage I should be wearing while I'm out here? Raindrop. Choco chip? Dude, the numbers are through the roof for Choco Chip. Scientists, because, you know, it's white. All right, let's run around like a Wait, what was that last one? Sorry. There's a +5. Not you. No, maybe it was that. All right, never mind. Ignoring that, let's go. We got work to do. Oh, but I can't use my stupid... This is such a stupid restriction. With the scientist uniform, you're not allowed under any circumstance to pull out a weapon. I mean, I understand in the context of those missions you don't want to pull out a weapon, but you still won't let me at all? That's kind of annoying. All right. Oh. My bad.
Brace yourself.
Oh, no!
Nice try.
Ow. Okay. Somehow none of those hit her. Wasting time. So how did I get that one shot in earlier?
Snake, are you okay? Snake!
Let's try again.
Let's see what you're made of.
Oh my gosh. How did that happen? And how is it that all of her moves are severely injuring me? Another broken bone. Oh, I need to edit my backpack too. Let's get these out of there. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that having some heavy-duty weapons would be helpful, but I'm not so sure anymore. Will she be distracted by the books that I might drop? I don't really have much else that would be interesting. Definitely don't think I'm getting the chance to CQC her, but I do have the life medicine, but I don't want to bust it out unless I feel like I've actually started to like kind of figure out what I need to do, right? Otherwise I'm prolonging the inevitable. Okay, I don't think I can use any of this other stuff. Camouflage, what did we decide on? The face paint's fine. Choco Chip. I don't know if it helps or not, but might as well try. Okay. So is it like while she's shooting maybe that I can't shoot her? Now, interestingly, for this fight, unlike the rest of the game, we do have to stick with the fixed camera angle.
I found you.
You found me. I found you. Hello. Oh. Whoops.
There he is.
Beautiful, right? And now you get to see how beautiful it is, thanks to all these bits. Alright, another shot in, that's good. Look at that, I'm all beat up. Knife, bandage, styptic, disinfectant. Alright. Only 27 bullets left here. Oh, please don't do that.
I found
Oh, look out. Alright, only 6 bullets left. Let's put this gun back in my backpack then. Kind of my favorite, but... I can't say this is very effective. The brute force method is quite slow. Well, she can't see me, that's nice. Ha!
I found you.
Darn it.
Brace yourself.
Oh. Nice. Nice. I can't believe I did that. Yeah. Ooh, Mark 22 bullets. I didn't know that there were those out here. Too late. I've already decided I'm going to kill her. But, okay, what is this? Gunshot wound? So yes, much more success sneaking up on her, which makes sense.
There it is.
Oh. Yes, yes, yes! Look at me go. Alright, but that doesn't do anything. Got it. So once she's on the ground, that's it. Alright, we're like, what, almost halfway through her health? Hiding behind one of these trees.
Get ready.
Oh, oh no! She got me that time!
Pathetic.
Pathetic? I didn't say that to Okay, she's somewhere over here. Oh. Nice.
5 minutes. You've gotten stronger.
Oh, that's right. The
Brace
time limit.
yourself.
Oh, come on. Yes, give us the music. Almost there. Got like a fifth of her health left. Puts restrained enemies to sleep in CQC. Oh, she got me that time.
You better run.
Let's, just to make sure I don't accidentally run out of ammo, let's get out the Scorpion. Oops, put that away. I guess we also have the shotgun. I keep forgetting. Alright, shotgun time. Oh, slamming every button, but it didn't seem to do much. Oh no! I gotta get some help. Knife. Bandage. Styptic. Disinfectant. Well, no, I definitely lost her. Alright, almost dead. She literally has like one sliver of health left. Well, that wasn't so bad. I didn't even use my life medicine. Oh, the Philosopher's Legacy, thanks!
Keep it safe.
What do you want me to do with it?
It's our only hope.
A patriot? Why are you giving me this?
Jack. Or should I say, Snake. You're a
Boss
wonderful man.
Snake. Snake Boss.
Kill me. Kill me now. Do it.
But I don't wanna!
There's only room for one boss and one snake.
Are you waiting on me to do something? I don't want to do it. I'm just gonna zoom in on. We gotta soak in the sights. Take it all in. Wow. Okay, they did it for me. I took too long. It's a video game. It's interactive. Whoa. What kind of Na'vi magic is this? Alright, anyway, no time to dilly-dally because we're about to get firebombed, remember? He looks so good. It all looks so good. Oh, and the horse even. Does the boss's horse have a name? Mr. Ed. What if the boss named your horse Mr. Ed? Sorry, bud. Whoa. What? Oh, well, it is beautiful. And totally worth all the bits, am I right? Okay, time to go.
Snake?
We're gonna get firebombed. Remember that?
Are you okay?
Did something happen back there?
Yeah.
You should close the door. Huh.
I told you you could trust me.
Oh, awesome, thanks. Oh no! Never mind, you can't trust me! Look who it is.
Ocelot! We're not done yet!
He is so dedicated. Whoa! You don't need this, do ya? Luckily, he's not trained in the art of CQC.
Too heavy!
There's one too many of us on here. I guess with the second engine out, that's fair. Oh. Well, I guess I could be playing this part of the game, but I don't want to.
Try to remember some of the basics.
Yes, that's right. That's right. In that moment, he, for a second, forgot the basics of CQC. Whee! Oh yeah, oh yeah. Whee! He planned that. Submit! Submit!
I picked up a few new moves.
This was one I called gun.
Doesn't feel right to shoot an unarmed man. But I'll get over it. Eva!
He doesn't even turn around when she says that. Oh? Alright, that was pretty slick. That was cool.
What do you say to one last showdown?
We squabble over the bullet.
Right.
Here, you can have this one. This is what it's like to be Snake and watch.
What's your name?
He doesn't even know his name?
Snake.
No. Not that name.
Oh.
You're not a
Boss.
snake, and I'm not an ocelot. We're men with names.
We're men.
My name is Adamska. What's yours?
John.
They're
Very well.
Jack, actually.
John. Plain name. But I won't forget it.
He is so into this. I don't get the feeling Snake's really into it.
Come on!
Oh? They want me to do something. They want me to decide which one to take, huh? How do I know?
Pick one up already!
No, but I'm having fun.
Pick one!
Sure. Let's go with the right one. This is insane. Why is this happening? Whoa! I'm getting nothing. Oh. I died. Or something.
It's a blank.
Oh.
Oh, that was fun.
Okay. Well, until next...
Till we meet again. John.
We're finally light enough to fly away. Oh, what's up? How can I help? Is this how it works? Haha. Whoops.
We made it.
Yeah.
I'm laughing
Sure
too.
did.
But so far. Given the previous events of this game, I can't say I feel that confident that we've made it, but... One final Winnie. That's a good sound, right?
Oh no, Migs!
No, just shoot him down. Fire another nuke!
There's no way out! What are we gonna do?
We've come too far to let them stop us now.
But I'm not really an Air Force guy.
Those things have got to be armed.
It's no use. There's no way we can outmaneuver them.
Huh?
Thanks.
Now, get out of the pilot seat. Can I do it? Can I? See, you don't...
Hulk 19, this is Control. Stand by for a direct order from the chairman.
Oh?
Hulk 19, return to base immediately. Do you read me? This is a direct order from Comrade Khrushchev. Return to base immediately. Hulk 19, do you copy? Understood. Aborting mission. RTB.
Look!
Uh-huh.
The Migs are turning back! Woo!
It's because we loved each other so much. Oh, wait, what is she doing? What is this? Sorry. Duty calls. Of course.
Well done, Snake.
Hey, thanks, man.
Mate's disengaged.
Most likely under orders from Khrushchev.
Is this his way of helping us?
Who knows? Maybe he didn't want things to get messier than they already are. Or maybe he just wanted us to owe him one. The important thing is, you made it out alive. As long as Khrushchev is with us, I don't think they'll be coming after you. It should be smooth sailing all the way to Alaska. I'm sending someone out to Galena Base to meet you.
Alaska.
Maybe.
The DCI and the President himself are waiting at Langley.
Oh.
Don't keep them waiting.
I don't have a choice. Sure, why not? It's free, ain't it? Not sure what we'll get out of this, but let's save. Don't worry, I already backed up all these saves I'm overwriting, so no history is being lost. Send me a direct message if you want a copy of my saves. Okay, now what? Oh, the 60s. Do you like my sunken couch?
So what are you going to do now? Go back to the KGB?
What do you want me to do?
Did you ever think about coming back to America?
I can't go back. I've left America behind me.
But we have the
You saved
greatest
this
art.
country.
Or is it an order? Or is it an invitation?
I love that they're still dressed up. They're still in their combat gear.
Or a proposal? I don't take orders from anyone now.
Ooh. Snake's finally like, all right, I'm off the battlefield. Whoa!
Open your heart and smile for me.
If only I was wearing the animal print.
Not the only one afraid to fall in love.
Ooh.
Dance with me again and wipe this away.
I gotta get that. I'm sure you understand. It could be the president. Maybe I should answer it. Whoa, come on, man! That's where Snake went all wrong. Now, let's see this naked snake I've been hearing so much about. I always wondered, does it really zip all the way down? That's crazy. Oh, we never made it off the floor, huh? What?
Scholars tell us that the first spy in history was the snake in the book of Genesis. In that story, it was Eve who was tempted by the snake in the Garden of Eden. But this time around, it was I who tempted the snake and got away with the forbidden fruit of knowledge. Forgive me, Snake.
Yeah, in the remake, he's all girthed up. She like recorded this in a closet.
I have to apologize. I wasn't sent by Khrushchev. I'm not a KGB spy, and I never worked for the NSA. I'm an agent of the People's Republic of China for the General HQ 2nd Department of the People's Liberation Army. It was all a lie. I tricked you,
Haha.
and I'm sorry.
Oh.
The philosophers still exist in China, too. You see, my mission was to find out where Volgin was hiding the philosopher's legacy and steal it. So I infiltrated his base as a KGB spy. The 2 NSA codebreakers who defected in 1960 were actually both men. The real Adam never showed up at the meeting place, saving me the trouble of having to eliminate him. I sneaked in by pretending I was Eva. And you and Sokolov and Volgin, you all believed me. The philosopher's legacy was originally held in common between the US, Soviet Union, and China. We couldn't let the Russians and the Americans take it all for themselves. The Chinese government had its eye on the legacy, too.
I wasn't gonna give it to them.
I got the film containing the legacy. And also the nuclear missile launch data from the Shagohod. 5 years ago, the Soviet Union stopped supplying us with nuclear weapons technology. Since then, China's Liaodong easing, hydrogen bomb, and space rocket projects have fallen behind. But with this data, our country will be able to develop its own nukes. We'll create a deterrent force to rival those of the US and Soviet Union. Everything has gone according to plan, thanks to your help.
Oh. Well, it was no problem.
I, too, am one of the philosophers. I'm an agent of the philosophers, a graduate of one of their charm schools. I was raised in a joint US-Soviet-Chinese
Oh,
facility.
she's vaguely charming.
This was before the war. Back then, they were collecting children from all over the world. As a result, I'm indistinguishable from a native-born American. So it didn't surprise me when you and Volgin couldn't tell the difference. But she knew right from the beginning. She knew because before the war, she was at one of the philosopher's schools too, as an instructor. The boss was the only one I couldn't fool. She was the only one who knew I was a fake. She told me everything. Why did she open her heart to me like that? At the time, I couldn't understand it. But now, I think I do. Snake. She wanted you to know the truth. She chose me to tell you. That's why she saved my life. I've lied to you so many times, but not this time. My orders from the government were to obtain the legacy and to eliminate everyone who knew the truth about what happened. In other words, I'm supposed to kill you.
But instead, I'm going to inform you. That's a fun shot, huh?
But I can't do it. Not because we loved each other. And not because you saved my life. But because I made a promise to the boss.
It just wouldn't feel right.
And I intend to keep it. I just wanted you to know. And you have to live.
Now that looks pretty good. Oh, man! I was gonna feed that to Zero. He just immediately gets down to... Okay, well... well, what now? Hello? You think it's doing what it's supposed to? I don't know. I think it might have crashed. What do you think? This kind of happened in the last game, too. When I got to the very end. Well. Okay, this has not gone according to plan. Interesting. Pressing buttons. Oh, here we go. Here we go. All right, we're good. Never mind. Ignore everything.
Snake, listen to me.
I don't know what
She
happened.
didn't betray the United States. No. Far from it. She was a hero who died for her country. She carried out her mission knowing full well what was going to happen. Self-sacrifice. Because that was her duty.
There's Zero and Sigint and... He does kind of look like LBJ, doesn't he?
You are above even the boss.
It doesn't sound like
I
LBJ.
hereby award you the title of Big Boss.
I didn't know he had the ability to do that.
You are a true patriot.
Isn't the salute good enough? Huh? Woo! Yeah! All right. No, I don't even know who you are.
You know, we could use an infiltration unit like Fox in the army.
Is that guy's mouth supposed to be
Someone
moving?
like him to handle our top secret sneaking missions for us.
He's supposed to be talking right now?
A man who combines the qualities of a soldier and an agent.
The boss's defection
We could use
was
like a bunch
ruse
of 'em.
set up by the U.S. government. It was all a big drama staged by Washington so they could get their hands on the philosopher's legacy. And the boss was the star of the show. They planned it so that they could get the legacy that Colonel Volgin inherited and destroy the Shagohod at the same time. Only a legendary hero like the boss could have earned Volgin's trust. Finding out where the philosopher's legacy was hidden was to be her greatest mission. Everything was going according to plan. But then something happened that no one could have predicted.
What?
Colonel Volgin fired an
Oh, yeah, that's
American-made
right.
nuclear warhead at Sokolov's research facility.
No one understood what was
Khrushchev
going on.
demanded that the U.S. government provide proof that it wasn't involved. They couldn't just abort the operation to steal the legacy. So the operation itself was greatly expanded and revised. The authorities in Washington knew that in order to prove its innocence, they'd have to get rid of the boss. And that one of their own would have to do the job. The public couldn't be allowed to find out about it. Not ever. This, they concluded, would be the best way to keep the whole thing under wraps. The boss wouldn't be allowed to come back home alive. And she wouldn't be allowed to kill herself. Her life would be ended by her most beloved disciple. That was the way the government wanted it. That was the mission she was given, and she had no choice but to carry it out. Her death at your hands was a duty she had to fulfill. Out of duty, she turned her back on her own comrades. A lesser woman would have been crushed by such a burden. The taint of disgrace will follow her to her grave. Future generations will revile her. In America as a despicable traitor with no sense of honor. And in Russia as a monster who unleashed a nuclear catastrophe.
Yeah, they're allowed to know about the nuke that went off.
She will go down in official history as a war criminal. And no one will ever understand her. That was her final mission. And like a true soldier, she saw it through to the end. But I think she wanted you, of all people, to know the truth. She wanted to live on in your memory. Not as a soldier, but as a woman. But she was forbidden to tell you herself. And that's why she told me. Snake, history will never know what she did. No one will ever learn the truth. Her story, her debriefing, will endure only in your heart.
This is a Guns N' Roses reference?
Everything she did for her country. She sacrificed her life and her honor for her native land. She was a real hero. She was a true patriot.
Attention. Huh? Thank you, boss, for saving the world. China conducts its first successful test. SIGINT joins ARPA. Development of ARPANET. U.S. government conducts a study on emergency medical treatments. Department of Transportation lays the groundwork for the EMT system. EVA disappears without a trace in Hanoi in 1968. Paramedic establishes the first paramedic system in Seattle, Washington. Major Zero disbands Fox in 1970. United States accumulates the remainder of the legacy in 1970. The U.S. branch of the Philosophers changes its name to the Patriots. Carrying on the traditions of Major Zero and the Fox unit, Big Boss establishes Foxhound in 1971. 1972. The Les Enfants Terribles Project. Oh, the sons of Big Boss are... What? No way! Oh, man. Well, that was pretty awesome, huh? The game better not crash on me now. We need to see this through to the end. The real end. Give it a moment. I'm not giving up hope. I still got a little bit of the sparkling frost berry lemonade left. Can you imagine walking through a graveyard and you just see like a firearm laid at the gravestone of somebody? What do you think that means? Is that allowed? I'm gonna go with no. Especially at, what is it? The Arlington, right? That's the famous military cemetery. I think that would just be doubly not allowed at Arlington. Okay. Come on, game. That's all the berry lemonade I have. Do I need to press any buttons? Oh. I just had to believe. Let's go. Lori Allen. Can you believe it? Juggling. Had to have some professional jugglers. Well, well, well. Hope you guys have enjoyed the journey. We finally made it. But don't worry, don't go anywhere. After this, we're gonna screw around and chat a little more about the game. Yeah. In conclusion, yeah, I don't know. This is, it's very good. As a sequel to Metal Gear Solid 2, it feels like an awesome leap forward, which I know I keep saying this every stream, but is really cool to see on the same system, both for the PlayStation 2 on opposite ends of its life cycle. But this feels so much more grand, so much larger and epic. Thematically, I find it less interesting, definitely a step down from Metal Gear Solid 2, which I still feel is kind of solidly my favorite of the Metal Gear games. But at least story-wise and thematically, I think 2 is definitely my favorite. But this is really good. I really appreciate that it's a bit more coherent. You know, a lot of the games are a bit all over the place and difficult to follow. But I don't feel like this one has, you know, I'm not so... there's not so many switching sides all the time where you're just confused as to, like, who's who or what's what. It's only really at the end when so much is finally kind of revealed. But I still don't find it too difficult to follow. I kind of get the gist. But yeah, graphically, level design, game mechanics, I think all of that is a great step forward for the games. And certainly this game is a bit meatier, huh? This is a bit longer of an endeavor. For the substance stuff, there's not really as much, you know, compared to, or I guess I should say for the subsistence version of Metal Gear Solid 3. There's not nearly as much that interests me versus Metal Gear Solid 2's Substance re-release, which had a really involved VR missions mode, very similar to Metal Gear Solid 1's VR missions in Metal Gear Solid Integral. This instead got Metal Gear Online, which, you know, I think is, at the time, definitely the right move. But right now, for me playing it now, I'm like, oh, that's kind of disappointing. There's not a whole lot more to engage with now that the game is over. But also, you can only ask for so much, right? Thank you, Calorie Mate. Otacon is a registered trademark of Otacorp. It's really good. It's really fun. And thank you, Blue Point, for this fantastic remaster. The only reason we're really able to play this on PC and in such good quality is because of their work. And their remaster is the only way I've ever played on my PS3 copy of the game as well as this version. So many thanks to them, for sure. Special thanks to Genki. Interesting. And of course, special thanks to Hideo Kojima. And Konami, I guess. Okay, that's the end.
Yes,
oh.
Grozny Grad and the Granin Research Facility have both been wiped out without a trace. I understand, sir, but they were necessary sacrifices. Yes, the CIA has taken care of the boss themselves. I believe the White House will be satisfied. Khrushchev is finished. Your time has finally arrived. Yes, the American president is relying on us to keep a lid on the whole affair. We've got him by the balls. It should make a valuable trump card in future negotiations.
Oh, wow, they said the word. I can't believe it. Invoked his name.
Yes, Chief Director, of course. I'll keep the KGB informed.
Trust me, there will be plenty of groping to go around. Well, I guess now the game's over, right? Oh, hang on.
Yes, it's me. The boss has accomplished her mission. The philosopher's legacy is now safely with us, in America's hands.
What?
With this money, yes, the philosophers can finally be revived.
Yeah, I read that in the credits.
The film we handed the Chinese was a fake. Peking must be in an uproar right about now. I'm afraid so. Only half the money has made it back to the United States.
But I'm sure it's enough.
The KGB must still have part of the legacy. Yes, the weapon has been reduced to ashes. That's right. Grozny Grad has been obliterated by the Davy Crockett we brought in as well. Yes, that was the boss's work too.
Thanks,
Speaking
boss.
of which, I've obtained something from Granin that you might find interesting. It's a revolutionary new nuclear attack system. Perhaps it might just come in handy someday.
Perhaps.
Yes, we have Snake to thank for that. Khrushchev believed no idea that I've been triple-crossing them.
Or even quadruple cross.
I will continue my activities as a contact for the new government. Yes, it appears that no one knew that I was Adam.
What? Adamska? Was Adam the whole time?
Of course. I'm always at the CIA's disposal. Mr. Director.
Oh, was that really that grand of a reveal to end with the music sting? All right, how did we do? 19 hours and 56 minutes of gameplay. I saved 40 times, continued 32 times. 50 alert phases. Ooh. 28 people killed. Seriously injured 97 times. 29 life bars worth of total damage. 1 life medicine used. Did I get any points for that? 36 kinds of plants and animals captured. 112 meals eaten. Special item not used. I get Jaguar. What do you think? Is Jaguar good? We gotta Google that. Oh, new item obtained. Single action army. And the Patriot. And a camera. Green face paint. Brown face paint. National flag face paints. A tuxedo. DPM and OSCAM desert camo. Unlocked download camo. So this, I guess, is the camo that you would have otherwise been able to have downloaded from the internet on the PS2. Desert tiger camo. Flecktarn camo. Save camo, or just a regular save. Save? Yes, please. Please save. All right. And that's it, right? I guess, more or less. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I gotta use the restroom, get myself a treat. And then, yeah, we're just gonna play a little more, investigate some of the little special features, and chat a bit about other stuff in the game, stuff I missed, and plot, themes, whatever. Be sure to start sharing all of your conspiracy theories in the chat. Tell me who your favorite character from the cast is. Yeah, I'll be right back.
What a thrill, with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill, I'm searching and I'll melt into you. What a fear in my heart, but you're so supreme. I give my life, not for honor, but for you. In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Someday you go through the rain, and someday you'll feed on a tree frog. It's ordeal, the trial to survive. For the day we see new light, I give my life, not for honor, but for you.
In my time, there'll be no one else. Crime, it's the way I fly to you. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Bow, wow, wow. I'm still in a dream, snake eater. Bow, bow, bow. Whew. All right, welcome back. Cracking open a natty light, courtesy of my good friend Ian, who left us behind. Thank you so much. Cheers to another Metal Gear Solid in the books. Thanks for hanging out. Hopefully you've been enjoying the craziness. So yeah, I was just gonna boot into, first of all, we've got the demo theater here. Now, I'm also supposed to have, I don't know how to get to the secret theater. That's also an option, right? But we can use the demo theater here to view the different yeah, here we go. Yes, please. The different cutscenes and such that I've seen in the game. Trying to run Tony Hawk 1+2 via Heroic on Steam Deck. Can't disable Steam input for Steam controller, so it doesn't work. What? Oh, man. So I guess, does that mean where you got it on Epic Games, maybe? Via Heroic. Can't disable Steam input for Steam controller. Huh. Yeah. I would think you'd be able to do that, and even if it's like a non-Steam shortcut. If you're out of desktop mode, you should, I would think, still be able to tell it, like, don't just pass the controller input through. Okay, so yeah, check this out. This is kind of nifty. This commencing virtuous mission, contacting Sokolov. We can just kind of go through and see all the different cutscenes that we've found. Jailguard Johnny's family talk. No camo reflected. So yeah, I never found. I didn't interact much with Jailguard Johnny. So in the Metal Gear Solid games, we've encountered Johnny twice already. This time I've neglected to spend much time with him. But in the first game, he's the one guarding your cell, and he keeps having tummy trouble. And then the second game, when you're using the directional microphone, you can find him on the toilet a second time. And in this game, he's guarding the cell. So I'll have to go see if I can hunt him up again. Removing a transmitter. This one, yeah, right after this torture sequence, I went to go cure myself and found, yes, there was a transmitter inserted in me, so I removed it. But if you leave it in you all the way to this point, then I think it's the boss who, or maybe it's Eva who removes it from you. Yeah, I guess it's Eva in this scene who removes it from you. So I guess I haven't unlocked those yet. Air raid, I guess I would have unlocked this if I didn't, if I waited too long throughout the boss's confrontation. Russian roulette, I picked one of the two sides. I wonder if it's left and right is always the same. If I always choose right, then I would get this one where I lose? Or if there was something else I had to do to unlock it. Snake misses shooting, Snake wins, Ocelot wins. So yeah, there's 3 others that I didn't unlock. And what's going on here? Oh, that's right, the end. Yeah, I still have to kill him a couple different ways. I didn't really even do that. Is it any of those cutscenes? But it's kind of interesting. It works if I connect an Xbox controller with disabled Steam input. That is interesting. That is bizarre. But surely there's got to be lots of other people who have tried the same thing, right? Photo album. Yeah, I haven't taken any photos. I need to go do that. Okay, so load game. If I load a game, if I load this most recent save, yeah, this one that's marked as 1. I think this will start a new game plus. Yeah.
After the end of World War II, the world was split into 2, East and West.
Did you guys hear about this?
This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
So, blah, blah, blah,
Jack, I've got...
blah, 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 blah. Don't worry, I won't make you watch any of this. Blah, 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 blah. Be sure to go watch my first stream if you really want to know what's going on here. But hey, now you get to see it in glorious 4K. And, got a calorie mate. Oh, I need to go get my backpack. That's right. Which is this way? Excuse me, y'all. Climb up here and go grab that real quick. All right. I love his little robotic.
I see you've retrieved your...
Yeah. Okay, so one of the things I really like about this series is that there are like crazy numbers of crazy numbers, crazy amount of parallels between each of the different games. You know. So once again, in this game, just like the last 2, we start with a kind of a mini mission before we really get into like the actual mission, right? I guess I shouldn't say last 2, but the last game is like that, right? You have this opening mission that starts off the game, and very quickly it turns into something completely different, and next thing you know, you've started like almost a whole new game, right? And this is very much like that, and so is Metal Gear Solid 5, right? 5 has Ground Zeroes that was sold separately, but it's like a whole, you know, a whole different mission. And just like Metal Gear Solid 2, spoiler alert, you play as a whole different character for both of the, you know, Ground Zeroes and the Phantom Pain. So that's really cool. By the way, now we have our fun weapons here. We have our revolver, the single action army, but the Patriot here, it has unlimited ammo. So we'll definitely enjoy making use of that. Over here, anything else to add? Oh, that's right, we have the camera. So let's definitely take a photo while we're here. So I really enjoy that. I love that this game, you know, you basically start off with this mission. You think this is basically going to be the beginning of the game. Things obviously go awry, and you have to basically start over from scratch. But this is it's a good way of, like, getting your bearings, right? It's really nicely designed. The first area, you have no backpack or weapons or anything, so you have to learn the basics of how to navigate. Then you get all of your different tools and such. But still, you're really only interacting with the fauna. Now we finally have some dangerous animals, but they're not like humans, right? And we're about to encounter some more actual humans in just a bit. So it's nicely paced, you know. I really appreciate that. Boss's assault pistol. Let's go to town. Okay. Let's eat some of this, huh? Even though I don't need any food.
Not too bad.
Not too bad. That means it was good. And then, of course, yeah, after this, when the game really starts, you kind of know you have your bearings, right? But you're asked to go through the same exact place, these same little levels and everything that you're already a little familiar with. And now it's like nighttime, right? And you know the real challenge has begun. So it with the enemies swarming everywhere, it feels like a nice little step up, right? Like, okay, you know what to do now, so let's turn up the heat.
Snake.
Blah 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 blah. Okay, so another thing I wanted to spend a little more time on is just showing, you know, there's a whole lot of different CQC moves, which I'm never really making use of. Oh my gosh. I didn't really use to their full effectiveness. In my last playthrough. Excuse me. Yoink. So you can see all of these different weapons I have. Some of them are marked CQC, which means that I can... Ooh, okay, thank you for the Paper Mario update. Hit of 100 trials. Let's go, Lauren. You got this. So these different weapons, some of them are marked with CQC, which means you can use them to perform CQC actions. Basically means walking up to an enemy, and there's one, holding a circle to do something to them. Also, while I'm here, check it out. I've got this fancy, these fancy camos. Flecktarn. It's very, very nice. But yeah, thanks to the New Game Plus, all of these get to carry over. Ooh, I got my formal tuxedo. I look pretty good. Love how it comes in at the waist. Okay. So yeah, this Flecktarn. Holy cow. The problem is when I'm, like, really trying to play the game, I want to, like, attack everybody from a distance, right? I want to, like, sit all the way as far away as possible and pick them off with my little gun. But there are, as usual in Metal Gear games, there's like a million brew. You're only ever going to see one way to tackle it, like I was talking about with the end, right? It's like ultimately there's just one way to to get through that sequence. But here I do at least want to try and show just some of the different fun ways that you can...
Huh?
Oh, heyo. Alright, so now I've got him here. I can drag him around. I can say, hey, speak.
We won't hand over Sokolov.
Oh, yeah?
Speak. Let go of me.
No.
Speak.
Tell me more.
We won't hand over Sokolov.
Alright, now he's repeating dialogue, so there's nothing else to say. So now I can choke him out, and he's down for the count, right? Just like in the last game, he's got a few stars circling above his head, and eventually those stars will slowly disappear one by one until he wakes back up, right? Or we can use my tranquilizer gun and put him to sleep instead, and he'll sleep for a whole lot longer than the stars will allow for. But that's the kind of stuff I'm like, I was really never doing in the game when I was playing, you know, sneaking up to people, threatening them, and other such actions. Let's go do a little bit more. We'll have out our tranquilizer gun here. Oh yeah, look at that. CQC slammed him into the ground and knocked him out. Now that was fun. So you can interrogate guards and find extra information about the area around you. Including, I did not know this, I only just recently learned this, but you can learn of healing radio stations. So if you interrogate the right guard in several different levels, they'll basically reveal to you a frequency that you can call on your radio to heal yourself or increase your stamina.
Speak. The crocodiles are ferocious.
Okay, and you told me that like it's new information?
Speak. Bastard.
Anything else?
Speak. The crocodiles are ferocious.
Okay, now you can also press triangle. Oh, not triangle? What button is it? I thought it was triangle. Oh no, I guess it's because I'm still holding that. No, I press triangle. Ugh.
Speak. Inside fallen trees.
I really like, in this, it's a lot easier to choose between choking out or killing somebody. In Metal Gear Solid 2, you choke somebody out at just the right number of times, otherwise you'll accidentally snap his neck. And I really hated that. It just made me never ever want to do it, because you basically have to count the number of times that you're choking somebody so that you don't kill them. And it does make me wonder, why do I even care? You know, I didn't even, in this game, whoops. I eventually did kill some people, so, it's not like I'm trying to go without killing anybody at all. I mean, that would be ideal, but, I don't know why I play these games so insistent that I don't kill anybody. I think that's my, I have a friend, Brandon, who will talk about how he doesn't like playing games like SimCity, for example, because it's all about building a city that uses cars for transportation everywhere. And in his idealistic city, that wouldn't be the case, right? It wouldn't be the only mode of transportation. And it's kind of interesting. But I mean, yeah, I guess it's true. Ultimately, if games are sort of a power fantasy, or just a fantasy in general, then, yeah, you want to engage with them however you want, right?
Huh? Who's that?
Oh. Haha, okay, that worked. So, for me, then, yeah, my fantasy is, in every combat scenario, I would be able to either stealthily slip through, like they didn't even know I was there, or at worst, knock everybody out. But I don't have to kill any, instead of having to kill them, right? But, also, the games are really about making the most of, your situation, and so There are a lot of scenarios where that's not an option, and what am I going to do? Just kill myself and try again? Sometimes, yes. In my first stream, you can see there are times where it's like, I'm screwed. I think I'm just going to give up, you know? But alright, now here's something I have a hard time with. How do I hold people up? You know, every time I get even a little close to them from behind, they know I'm here.
Huh? Who's that?
Oh. But yes, thanks to CQC, I can grab them from the front and still do whatever I want with them.
You stinking American.
You sound American too, bro.
Lousy.
Anything else you want to say?
You.
So yeah, I don't really know still how to do some of those actions. Slamming people is pretty tough. It took me a while to figure that out. But yeah, how do I sneak up behind people? I don't really know. Blah blah blah. Ma ma ma. Is there anything else I wanted to share? I haven't actually found anybody that has revealed any of the healing frequencies, but again, I don't really know if they're going to share at this stage of the game. Probably have to play a little more to reach anybody who can do that for me, but... Or you can just look them up, you know. Some guy's got some table online that has all of the information, so... But where's the fun in that, right? So maybe I have to like... Oh, no. Anything you want to share? Speak.
Answer me.
He doesn't want to talk. He's too scared. Here's a whole bunch of guys. Alright. Oh. I should have seen that coming. Pulled that pin without me seeing it. Whoa! Blew that guy up. Anybody else around here? Now I don't have any like, oh I do. Cool. I do have some grenades. So you can also create a time paradox by just chucking a grenade into the room that Sokolov is in.
Create a time paradox.
I love that they like say that to me so specifically. You can't kill Sokolov specifically because it will create a time paradox. Well, I don't really know if I need to continue, to be honest. I don't know if I have anything else I wanted to show. It's mostly just, yeah, a lot of those CQC actions that I'm always forgetting to do. The other thing is, I did learn, I guess, so all of those guards earlier, like walking around like, oh, I'm so hungry. And I guess if I had any poisonous food in my inventory, I'd be able to like drop that on the ground. They'd eat it, and then they'd get sick and go to the bathroom or something. When I was playing, I just fed them normal food and they ate it and then kept walking around, and I was like, oh, that's kind of disappointing. But I didn't have anything poisonous in my inventory, which was definitely for this stream a bit of a detriment, that like, because I'm playing week to week, every time I boot the game back up, all of my food is gone, right? It's turned bad. I think that happens after like 3 days or so. So if you're playing like back to back or something like that, it's not a huge deal. But I didn't really get to do much of that. The other thing is going back to the prison sequence. In the original game, there is a secret. If you go to jail and save the game and quit, and then you come back later, you'll load into a dream sequence, which is like a hack and slash mini game, basically completely different characters and setting and everything. I think you're like, killing zombies or something as like a fantasy sword hero guy. But that is not included in the HD remasters of the game, Blue Point's version, or the version that got ported to all these other platforms. So there's no way for us to play that. I think the nickname that the community gave it is Guy Savage. I don't know if where that comes from or why it's called that. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. That's another thing that didn't make the cut for the version that we get to play, but did exist. And I guess there were also some radio calls you could talk to people about it in the game after you have the dream. But obviously all of those are also cut from the version that we played. Let's see. I just really quickly wanted to look up the demo theater. What about the how to access secret theater MGS3? I don't know how to... Oh, in the HD collection it's replaced with the demo theater. Okay. So yeah, I guess it was just some goofy stuff that didn't make the cut. Oh, that's right. All right, one other thing I did want to show you guys. Is when you go and start the game, starting a new game. So previously we were loading a game, and I guess it just inherits the difficulty and whatever else you set at the beginning. But if you select I like MGS2, and we'll just say normal, then we get a special cutscene, which we'll just go ahead and bear witness to here.
East and West. This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
I just need more time to sip on my beer. So this is fun, right? This is just like what happens at the beginning of Mission Impossible Fallout. Jim Ward, Brian Cummings, Jim Pittard.
Flying over Pakistan, altitude 30,000 feet.
Approaching Soviet airspace.
20 minutes to drop off.
Commencing internal depressurization. Equipment check. Arm main parachute.
All right. You ready to go?
Drop zone still showing a high pressure mass. Cav okay.
Good. We've got high visibility.
But who's this?
Put out that cigar. Connecting oxygen hose to interior connector. Put on your mask. Does this panty waste know what he's doing?
Waste.
Approaching release point.
10 minutes to drop off.
Hey, are you deaf?
He said put out the cigar and put on your mask.
Mask on. Let's do this.
Depressurization complete.
Checking oxygen supply.
6 minutes to drop off. Opening rear hatch.
Sunrise.
External temperature minus 46 degrees Celsius. 2 minutes to drop off. Stand up.
You'll be falling at 130 miles per hour. Try not to get frostbite from the wind chill.
1 minute to drop off. Move to the rear.
Activate bailout bottle.
This is one for the history books. The world's first halo jump.
10 seconds to drop off. Stand by. Status okay. All green.
Prepare for drop-off. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Spread your wings
And fly. God be with
Spread your wings and fly. So yeah. Okay. And then, you know,
Jack, I've got some important
we've got
news.
this whole thing. But back to this. Whee!
Lift your Sokolov and bring him back to the west. If we don't get Sokolov back before that weapon is complete, we'll be facing a major crisis.
Like the motion
clock is
blur is
ticking.
even blurring the subtitles.
Once we've confirmed the rescue of Sokolov, stand by at the recovery point. A recovery balloon will be dropped at that point. Helium will be pumped into the balloon to inflate it. The process takes about 20 minutes. Once it's complete, the gunship's arm will latch onto the balloon and pull it up.
The Fulton surface-to-air recovery system. I'm familiar with the theory.
Classic Metal
Take it
Gear
easy.
Solid
It's been
dialogue.
combat proof.
Do you think Sokolov is up to it?
The shock will be less than during a parachute jump, and the arm can handle up to 500 pounds.
So you're planning on going over the border in a single combat talent?
She's equipped with two 6-barrel 20mm Vulcan cannons, as well as two 40mm machine guns.
Sounds like she could hold her own against a battalion of tanks.
Even with the fuel in the reserve tank, we're facing a 4-hour time limit.
Uh-huh.
If all goes well, it shouldn't take more than a few hours.
Yeah, I remember that.
Home in time for dinner.
Home in time
But
for dinner.
if anything goes wrong, you'll be eating dinner, breakfast, and all the rest of your meals in the jungle.
Jungle meals. Uh-huh. Looking good. Real bug-eyed, man. Yes, Jack is back. Jack is back. Now, what poor soul booted up the game and said that they liked Metal Gear Solid 2 and didn't realize that they would be playing as Jack. Hello?
Do you copy? You're already in enemy territory, and somebody might be listening in. From here on out, we'll be using code names to refer to each other. Your code name for this mission will be Naked Snake. I'll be referring to you as Snake from now on. You're not to mention your real name.
Yes, sir.
Snake?
What, you don't like snakes?
What do you mean?
What?
You've eaten one before, haven't you?
In survival training.
What do you mean?
I'm glad to hear that.
I don't know if I'd ever order one in a restaurant, but...
Be careful, you might not have a choice.
What about you, Major? What should I call you?
Let's see. I'll be Tom. Call me Major Tom.
You know.
Oh, and Snake.
Yeah.
The crew isn't watching anymore. You can take off the disguise now.
Good idea. This isn't right. Time for the snake to shed his skin.
That's right. That's right. All's well. So, you know, it's cute. Put in a little extra effort for you if you select that and wear the mask. And it's kind of interesting. It comes up later as like some other character that looks just like him, I guess. So you still get to have the mask and use it. But just wanted to show everybody that. That's an option. Anything else to share? I guess, I don't know. In conclusion, I like this game a lot. It's fantastic. There's nothing else like it. But it does feel off of Metal Gear Solid 2 like, I don't know, there just are some choices that I don't care so much for. Or just some other additions that are like a little odd. I don't mind the camo, like I kind of like the camo system versus, you know, hiding in the shadows and such. Instead, you just get like a straight up a number and you can choose different camos to wear based on the situation. But it is very cumbersome to pause the game and go to camouflage, go down to uniform, sift through all the options, and you're really just looking at the numbers. You're not necessarily thinking like, oh, here, desert would make sense because I'm on the sand, you know? It's just like, well, if the number says it's good, then I'm good. In the remake, well, I guess I should say first, in the sequel, Metal Gear Solid 4, which, don't worry, we definitely will be playing in due time, they get rid of this whole menu entirely and just give you an active camo system where you sit on the ground and wait 2 seconds, and then it'll automatically map whatever you're sitting on as your camo to make you blend into the environment. And it's more effective, like it's more streamlined, but then it's like, well, what's even the point of this, you know? So we'll take a closer look at that when we get there. But in the remake that's coming out just a couple months in August, they have like a sub menu where you can really quickly, you know, basically while you're playing, just like this kind of menu, you can pull up all of your different camos and select there. I like that a lot more. That does feel like it's not getting rid of the whole thing, but it's still streamlining it in a better way. That does feel like the kind of thing that on the PS2 maybe was asking a little too much of it. I don't know. But same for like the cure menu. I don't really understand the purpose. I guess the idea is you have different medicinal items that you come across as you play the game. So it's not just like, oh, I'm low on health, let me just give myself more health, right? But you have to feed yourself, and increase your stamina to get more health, and when you're really injured, then you need to use the medical items to, take care of your worst wounds and things like that. I don't really mind, like, using, like, the items, but again, it's another, like, why do I have to go to a menu? And, if I get shot, right, I'd be like, okay, bullet wound, that means I gotta use gauze, I gotta use septic, I gotta use disinfectant. I just find that kind of odd. Like, it's a little too clumsy in a way that's not terribly fun, you know? Another thing I don't really understand is a lot of the R1 interaction. There's a lot of cutscenes where you're prompted to press R1 and you can see something through Snake's eyes, usually through Snake's eyes. I kind of like that it, like, adds this, like, first-person view. It makes it feel a little more personal, like you're truly viewing it through Snake's eyes, but almost all the time it is completely pointless, whatever you're, like, looking at. I can count on one hand the number of times where it's like, oh, that was worth it, that was interesting, So it's funny when, like, you first meet Eva and she's, showing so much cleavage, and so when you are watching this cutscene, it's all directed, but then when you look at the thing through Snake's eyes, then he's just, like, staring at her boobs. That's funny, And it feels like it makes sense why it's an optional, you hold R1 to do it. But so many times it's like, oh, you could press R1 right now, and you press R1, and I don't see anything interesting. Like at the beginning when you're falling through the sky and you're wearing the mask. Why am I prompted to press R1 just so I can see, like, the world blazing past me and it's all yellow tinted? Again, at the beginning, it's just doing it to be like, hey, just so you know, this will be happening more in the game. You'll be prompted during cutscenes to press R1. But it almost immediately tells you, oh, and by the way, most of the time it's not worth doing. I just find that funny. But it also, you can definitely tell in all of these games, as the games progress from Metal Gear Solid 2 to 3 to 4, they all are just, like, trying so hard to keep you engaged during a cutscene. They I guess Kojima just knows that, like, for some of these cutscenes, you're going to be, some players will be bored to tears, right? I mean, I'm paying attention, I'm putting the controller down and listening, but I think a lot of the time, yeah, players are just like, okay, well, this isn't the gameplay. I want to play more game, so what's up with that, right? So I get that he, like, introduces these different things for you to just, like, fiddle with. Again, in Metal Gear Solid 4, it reaches, like, this ridiculous peak where you're, like, controlling little robots that are, like, zooming around the area while, like, two characters are having, like, a heart-to-heart. Whereas, like, in Metal Gear Solid 2, it's just like, oh, look, the little portraits are 3D now, so you can, like, move the little camera around. And it's kind of fun to do for, like, a minute, but otherwise you're not really going to be doing that often, right?
Answer me.
What's up?
We won't hand over Sokolov.
Well, that's too damn bad. So yeah, the R1 stuff I just find, like, so silly. But otherwise, like I said, so much of this stuff feels amazing. The sheer size and scope of all these levels feels like a real leap forward from the last game. This is probably the 4th or 5th time I've said that, so I'll stop saying that. But that's definitely far and away the best part. Metal Gear Solid 2 has so many samey environments that are eventually a little tiresome, especially when you have to backtrack through them. But this game is always interesting. You're rarely backtracking. There's always something new. I'm sure it makes the game, like, more expensive to have made, but you know, it's still yeah, just a very very exciting endeavor, and I really like that part about it. It has its own like distinct color palette, especially as I'm like making all the little thumbnails for each of these streams. I'm like, man, they're all like the same, green and yellow and amber, and but it's a good looking game. Extra especially, this benefits the most from the remaster. The original ran at the same resolution as the last game, Metal Gear Solid 2, just a hair under 480p. But this game did not run at 60 FPS on the PS2. I mean, I think it probably was like a VSync unlocked frame rate, so it probably flipped between like 30 FPS and 60 FPS. But yeah, it was not 60 FPS, and there's like, look at this, just so much extra detail. Not just the textures, of course, but stuff like the grass, you know? So this benefits the most from playing at a higher resolution, for sure. And the HD remasters are good. It's a nice, you know, extra step up. Certainly, the HD remaster on the Xbox 360 is 720p, 60 FPS all the time. That's a huge leap forward. The PS3 version almost gets there. It is 720p, but it is not a steady 60 FPS. But interestingly, on like even the PS5 and Xbox Series X, you're still not getting a 4K presentation. I think it's still like 1080p. Maybe they fixed that in a patch, but at least originally, the Master Collection was still 1080p maxed out. And on PC, I mean, it's the same. You don't really get an option to play, at 4K. I have to mod it. And I told you guys, the guy who made this mod, he makes a ton of these types of mods for games that let you use like arbitrary resolutions and things like that. His GitHub account was banned. He has no idea why. I have no reason to believe that, like, there was any like copyright infringement or anything, but he's not like a paying GitHub customer, so he's not prioritized to get that resolved. So he's been slowly migrating all of his stuff over to some other repository that's not GitHub, that he has more control over. This mod has not made its way over there yet, but when I catch wind of it, I'll have to update the links in the description for all of these streams so you can actually go and download the mod that lets you play at 4K. But I still happen to have a copy of that mod, so that's how I'm getting to play at such a high resolution, which is pretty sweet. Alright, come on over. Sorry, bro. So that's kind of interesting. The game did not run at such a fluid frame rate as the last one, but with the extra increase in detail, it kind of feels like it was probably worth it, right? I'm sure at the time nobody was really complaining that much, but in retrospect, it's a little disappointing, but of course now we get like so many awesome options it doesn't really matter, you know? So yeah, I really like the game. It feels like a real suitable leap forward. I enjoy that the plot is easier to follow, because for all the normies out there, yeah, it's just a lot more digestible. And the setting is fun. All of like the Bond, James Bond, like iconography, you know, it gets its own Bond theme, and Snake is so fantastic in the field, and he's also like a heartthrob. I guess. He doesn't seem to know he's a heartthrob. But I enjoy those illusions. And yeah, talking about parallels between this and the other games. I just wanted to talk about a little bit some of the boss fights. In this game, you start with your first boss fight being against Ocelot, right? And then it's kind of a boss fight, but the real bosses are the Cobra unit. The Pain is the first one. He is the worst. He sucks. His character sucks. He's so boring. That fight is not very interesting. I would say, yeah, at the beginning, not a great intro, you know, versus like the first fights in Metal Gear Solid 2. You fight Olga first, also a little boring. She's at least more of an interesting character, although it doesn't really get that much fleshed out beyond that. Well, no. She plays a very important role as the game progresses. Fortune in Metal Gear Solid 2, her character is not as interesting, but still, they're all way better than the Pain, you know? That's my opinion. In Metal Gear Solid 1, you have Ocelot again as the first boss, and then Vulcan Raven in the tank. I don't know. Those are still better. Vulcan Raven, again, not a terribly interesting character, but those fights are at least more fun to me. But otherwise, after that, the Fear, that was a frustrating fight for me, but it was good. That's a good fight. I think it's mechanically interesting. He's another wacky character, and again, his like backstory is like boring, you know, or like non-existent. But that's a really good fight. It's a classic Kojima, like, you know, just like multifaceted fight where there's like so many different pieces at play, so many different ways to approach the scenario. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of what it's all about, right? After him is what? The End? Yeah, I'll have to... I'm probably not going to do it now, but I'll have to go back and revisit some of that. Whee! Oh my gosh, I didn't expect that to explode.
This is HQ.
Patrol here. Found signs of an intruder.
But yeah, the End, again, is another, like, you know, it's a sniper battle. It's kind of a classic type of, oh wow, what? My Tiger Stripes are really that much better? Oh, this isn't the New Game Plus, so. It's a classic type of fight, but again, in Kojima fashion, there's lots of different ways to approach the battle, which is really what makes it fun. But yeah, I unfortunately don't have much personal experience.
What's wrong?
Look at them all. What's wrong? Oh.
Huh? Somebody there?
Don't worry about it.
The enemy! He's here!
I'm wasting all of my bullets. Uh-oh.
Huh? Who's that? Who's that? Radio!
Alright, you got something you want to say? Sorry, someone was just firing indiscriminately for no reason. He's a little too far away. It's alright. We'll go meet him where he is. Isn't there somebody else over here? Take them all out already. I guess I took care of them. Okay, the end, yeah, TBD. The Fury, I don't know. Again, as a character, not very interesting. He's very one note.
Who's that?
Oh. I don't know why I can't return him if I want to. Here we go.
This is HQ. Control here. Enemy sighted.
Let him go. There you go. That's how it's done. Send anybody else out here? Guess not. Yeah, it's a fun boss fight, I think, the Fury, but as a character, it's basically just like I went up into space and I got depressed, you know? Which I guess, like, for the 60s, it's like, oh, the space race, this is kind of novel, but otherwise, I don't know. At this point, even William Shatner's been there, so it's not unique to you. Look at him go. And then after that is the Sorrow. Mechanically, not interesting. As a character, he's interesting, and the whole premise of, like, you know, a boss that you can't really fight and you're just kind of experiencing, like, sadness or whatever, is lightly interesting, but
he's a member.
I don't know if, I mean, it's a very memorable boss fight, definitely. I don't know if it'll go down as, like, one of the best boss fights, but, like, it's very memorable. And if you think back on the fights from this game, for me, it's definitely one of the ones I remembered. Which was another really fun part about playing this, is kind of going back through and thinking, okay, so what do I remember? You know, it's been 10 years, basically, since I played this. I remember a lot of the main story beats, but I'm not going to pretend like I really remember everything. But definitely the Sorrow as a boss fight, I do remember. I totally forgot about, like, the Fear, his boss fight, and the Fury. I forgot about his too. But the end, very memorable. The Pain I do kind of remember, but I guess just maybe because it's it's like the first boss fight. That's a shame though, huh? That's the one that I remember. But yeah, again, lots of parallels, like how, you know, you have to fight Volgin in the Shagohod, just like you have to fight Liquid with the Metal Gear, and Solidus with the Metal Gear Rays, and all of that stuff. It's kind of fun. All right, am I really gonna do this? This is so many things to have to. I don't wanna. Can't I just quit? So I'm gonna quit. Yeah, that's mostly everything. I don't know. I was thinking. Oh, that's right. The last thing to mention is the theme of the game. You know, Metal Gear Solid 1 is about gene, right? It's about how your genes don't have to define who you are. And then Metal Gear Solid 2 is about meme, and how information is dissipated amongst people, and again, how, you know, your what you pass down to other generations isn't just your genes, but also your memes. You know, and so then with Metal Gear Solid 3, the theme is scene, like a movie scene. And it's supposed to be like, oh, like the boss says at the end of the game, you're not, you know, an enemy forever, right? That the different people in your life who are on the opposite aisle of you, they won't be that way forever. America and Russia, they won't be enemies forever. And now a lot of time has passed since the 60s and since this game came out, and it does still feel like America and Russia are not allies; they are enemies. But that's, I guess, supposed to be the whole, the whole theme. But the word "scene" as a descriptor for that, I don't know. I don't. I think that's a little much. I don't think that makes much sense. It is not terribly. I don't know. I think they're losing the thread on that one. Don't worry, it continues with Metal Gear Solid 4. But we'll get there eventually. As usual, I have to take a break from the Metal Gear Solid-ing that I've been doing. And so I have another game planned for me to stream after 3, starting next week, which allows me to make use of my capture card, which I just picked up. Hopefully you can see this. Because as I mentioned earlier, I have no preview window. But I finally have found a way to snake, pun intended, things through to feed my PlayStation 3 output into my computer for video capture. It's kind of finicky. Let's see. We got to get the music going here. Just a moment. I don't know if this is copyrighted or not, so we're just gonna hope for the best. Oh, that's quite loud. Well, I can't hear. I'm worried it's just going to be a feedback loop. It's just my mic. Yeah. Alright, well, anyway. The music's not important, okay? Oh, you still can't hear me, can you? Get out of here. Hello? Can't hear me anymore? Hello? Well, what happened? Did I break it? What happened? Oh, is it just really quiet? I'm not sure what's happening. Alright, but you can hopefully hear me talking to you right now, right? Maybe I turned down the volume a little too much there. But anyway, I'll figure out the audio later. But like I said, this game has some copyrighted music, so I don't want to get in deep doo-doo trouble for this. But check it out. This is Wipeout HD, which for my money is kind of one of the best looking games on the PlayStation 3. And yeah, it features 1080p video output at 60 frames per second, in part because it's kind of a remake or a port of a PlayStation Portable game, so it makes use of a lot of those assets, but again from the ground up, is built to output at 1080p 60. This is as good as the PlayStation 3 ever really got to look. And unfortunately, it was a bit of a mess hardware-wise. But I have a lot of great little games that I am really excited to show that are exclusive to the PlayStation 3. Yeah, a lot of, honestly, some of my favorite games that I have on here are actually just nice enhanced ports of PlayStation 2 games. So we'll still be, for the time being, sticking with this PlayStation 2 generation. The PlayStation 2, compared to the PlayStation 3, is a really impressive console. The PS2, just like the PS1, use a MIPS CPU, similar, again, with the Nintendo 64 as well. MIPS was designed by Silicon Graphics. Well, it really is the brainchild of some Harvard folks, Harvard faculty, basically, that wanted to put their research into action with a reduced instruction set processor, RISC, being a microprocessor without interlocked pipeline stages. That's the MIPS processor, the first implementation of a RISC CPU. The PlayStation 1, I think, uses MIPS, MIPS 1 instructions, versus the N64 used MIPS 3 instruction set. And the PS2 also uses MIPS 3, some MIPS 4 instructions. But the whole idea is, it's basically reduced instruction set that allows for some fast, approximate math. At least the PlayStation 1 was like that. The PS2 is orders of magnitude more powerful. Like the PlayStation 1 had a 34 megahertz CPU, and the PlayStation 2's is 295 megahertz. So it's like a 8, almost 9 times increase in power. Lots more memory, plus VPUs, which are dedicated vector processing units. It has 2 of those, the PlayStation 2, just exclusively for doing vector-based math. And it feels to me kind of like a precursor to the SPUs of the PlayStation 3. The PlayStation 3 has 8 SPUs that are each able to do all sorts of different tasks, not just vector math, but the PS2 had a couple VPUs for vectors that basically can offload some of the heat, all of the work you're trying to put on the CPU, the emotion engine, as it was called. And then there's also the graphics synthesizer. That's the GPU on the PS2, which, compared to the 1 megabyte of VRAM that the PS1 had, it has 4 megabytes of VRAM, right? So again, just like a huge leap forward. And at the time, it was a very capable machine. I think the GameCube ended up being the most powerful. The PS2 had a couple quirks like the VPUs that you'd have to work with, but because it was such a ubiquitous console, it had a vast library of games, really the biggest of its generation, maybe just ever, The PS2 certainly is the best-selling console of all time. Obviously, we have the DVD support to thank for that. But, just a legendary machine. And again, not one that I grew up with. So lots of great games that came out for that guy that I never got to play. And then they all, the great ones anyway, got enhanced ports on the PlayStation 3. So like I said, that was how I had first experienced Metal Gear Solid. But also the Jack and Daxter trilogy and Sly Cooper trilogy, Ratchet and Clank trilogy, all of those got some sweet HD ports on the PlayStation 3 that have otherwise never seen the light of day anywhere else. This is also a really slick game. It's kind of a port, kind of a remake, kind of its own thing. But yes, 1080p, native 1080p, 1920 by 1080 output at 60 frames per second. You can see at the very top of the screen, there's lots of tearing, but to meet 60 FPS, and again at the top of the screen, you know what? I'll take it, right? So this is a pretty sweet game, but like I said, this is about as good as the PlayStation 3 ever really looked. In practice, most games were not like this, especially if they were cross-platform. Cross-platform games for the PS3, much more difficult to make compared to the Xbox 360. But the PS2, that was really the king back then, right? Let's see. Let's quit out of this. I'll get the audio figured out later, but just wanted to give you a sneak peek of what we'll be toying with next week. I love my PlayStation 3 so much. I did actually just recently take him apart and replace the thermal paste. I have a super slim, so it's not really like running that hot, but I did buy it used and I've never done it before. But look at this, man. Again, a UI completely in 1080p, native 1080p. You can really see, and I love that they make the most of it with these, little flakes, these specks of glitter or whatever in the background. But gosh, it's so beautiful. It still just looks so, so good. And again, so capable. There's so much functionality. I've ripped several CDs on this guy. So I'm not going to be playing any copyrighted music, but you can just imagine all of the awesome copyrighted music that I would be playing for you on here instead. I do have Revolt on here. Awesome. I was wondering about that because this is not going to flag for copyright. So in a game like Wipeout HD, I can actually play the music that I've loaded up on here in the game instead of the copyrighted music that it's playing, which is pretty cool. Some other really neat games, obviously Tokyo Jungle, other Japan Studio Fair like this was really fascinating to me. Some other odds and ends that I'm really fascinated by. Some extras. Check this out. The Metal Gear Solid 4 database. So to celebrate the release of Metal Gear Solid 4, they released a free little app basically that you can download that's like an official encyclopedia of Metal Gear Solid knowledge. Are you seeing this right now? We're still loading into the game. This is how slow things were back then. Hard disk drives were not very fast, probably a 5200 RPM hard disk drive in here. And many games were also read directly off of the Blu-ray, even slower than a DVD. But at the time, storage was such a premium that, you couldn't guarantee that you would have like a hard drive. I'm lucky enough to have like a 500 gig hard drive in here, but at launch, you would get maybe like a 10 gig hard drive at the cheapest. So anyway, we get this database here. Now this, I'm sure, is at like 720p, right? But we can just leaf through all of the people. Remember Adamska from, that's Revolver Ocelot's name. Did you know that? Now we can click into his name or click into Ocelot. Look, it's Ocelot. He has all these affiliations and blah, 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 blah. I don't know, maybe there's some spoilers in here, but I think actually the spoilers are these that are marked 4. The 4, I unlocked all of those because I've beaten the game. So it like reads my Metal Gear Solid 4 save to say like, oh, okay, you're allowed to see all of the Metal Gear Solid 4 spoilers. But you can sort by like people, organizations, blah, blah, blah. or you can go by timeline. So we can start all the way back in 1773 when the original Sons of Liberty formed in Boston. And you can click through all of these. It's quite neat. And a relationship chart. So as we scroll through all these different events, then we can see, for example, the Virtuous Mission and Operation Snake Eater. Remember all of these characters? Good Paramedic and Zero and Sigint and Naked Snake. That was me. And then there was the Boss and the Pain and the Fury and the Sorrow. And so you can like map out all the relationships. That's kind of cool, huh? That's neat. And, you know, it's a free little app that you can go download. I love this era of time where you could like, there would be like a reason to do that. So that's pretty neat. But anyway, it's kind of dull just listening to my voice with no music. So I'll have to fix the audio for next week. Next week's stream, I will be streaming off of my PlayStation 3 through my HDMI splitter to strip the HDCP encoding into my capture card, into my Linux desktop to show you guys some Eco, which I'm going to start playing next week. The Eco and Shadow of the Colossus collection, another Bluepoint remastering of a classic that originally came out on the PlayStation 2. So just like Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3, Ueda, who is heading Team Eco, made Eco originally for the PlayStation 1, but eventually was moved to release on the PlayStation 2. And then Shadow of the Colossus came later at the end of the PlayStation 2's life cycle, really pushed that poor puppy to the brink. And that's why this remaster is such a blessing. But we're going to start with Eco, where it all began. And you're just going to, again, have to listen to it silently. But keep in mind, this is another 1080p, a native 1920 by 1080 presentation. Stuck at 30 frames per second, just like the original. But now we get to see all of that texture work and razor sharp pixels in their full HD glory. So be sure to tune in next week while I embark on this adventure. Classic, a very influential game that itself is influenced by other classics in gaming history. But I can't show all my cards here, right? This is just a tease for what's to come. So next week, I'll be playing some Eco off of my PlayStation 3. And then after Eco, you bet your bottom dollar that I will be playing Metal Gear Solid 4, Guns of the Patriots. But I got to take a quick breather before we dig into any of that. So Eco next week, at least one playthrough, probably multiple sessions of Eco-ness. I don't think this game's terribly long, so we'll see how much more we have to sit through. But that's going to be all from me this week. So thanks a ton for tuning in. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching, hanging out. Hopefully you enjoyed Metal Gear Solid 3. It's a great game. It's just a testament to how amazing Kojima is, and that he is able to just knock it out of the park every time. 1, 2, and 3, each of them are absolutely fantastic games, and hopefully you don't neglect to play them through just because you watched me play it. But you got to give them your own shot. They're available on so many different platforms, so check it out. But otherwise, thanks a ton for tuning in. Thanks for watching me troubleshoot my new streaming setup. And hopefully you'll be here next week for even more PlayStation awesomeness. But until then, I'm logging off. I'm going to bed. And I hope to see you next week. So peace out to all of you boy and girl scouts.